Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back again with another Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively lawsuit reading. I know, we've done a ton. I'll put a link to my last one or the playlist up here since there's been so many. But Justin Baldoni's lawsuit has been tossed out. His countersuit against Blake Lively has been tossed out. So he countersued her for defamation, but on a technicality, they have dismissed his claims because apparently there's a rule against you utilizing information in a lawsuit as defamation or claiming it as defamation, something about it being protected. So I think he can revise, I believe it's like 4 of his claims and try again. Let's see what's going on. Is it over? Is this a massive court loss, and is it over for him? Is this still going to go to trial? What's going to happen? Let's do a reading on this and what happened and why it was dismissed and what, the future holds. So remember, these readings all at different chambers only. Let's get started. Remember, if you guys like these, you can join the YouTube members. There's a join button down below. $5, $10, $50 tier, you get access to exclusive readings, celebrity readings, pick a card, story times. You can win a reading from me. Lots of additional content. There's a Discord that I'm in all the time. You can talk to me. So join button down below. All right. So I want to see what happened with this court case. So I want to see Justin's side, Y, and Blake's side. So Justin's side, Y, and Blake's side. It's just crazy how calculated Blake's side is sometimes. Now, I will say this. Am I super shocked that there was a dismissal of a lot of his claims? No. You guys keep saying that I'm way too kind to Blake Lively, but I've told you a million times this is a lot more nuanced. And I don't think that she's, I don't think that she has a slam dunk, but I don't think he does either. So as much as you guys want to hate on me for being neutral, I'm telling you right now, I've been predicting this since before it even came out, that Blake was not 100% lying. So I don't know what else to tell you. But anyways, so Blake is the star reverse, which kind of doesn't really shock me. The star being reversed is about utilizing negative press and trying to continue to utilize negative press. She definitely has a lot of the press in her back pocket for this. The star being reversed is also about wanting to humiliate him. So she's really looking to kind of embarrass him and humiliate him. So she's definitely angry for sure. Granted, whether you think that's justified or not is your opinion, but she's definitely angry. The Knight of Wands, definitely cutthroat, super aggressive move. I definitely think that this is something that they planned from the start. I think that there's some level of when you look at the Knight of Wands as star reverse, they want to make him look stupid. They want to humiliate him. That's like the goal here. So their goal is not necessarily winning the case. It's about humiliating him. And so there's this feeling of it doesn't really matter what the public think. It doesn't really matter what happens in this court case. We just want to have people against you. So I honestly think that Justin's kind of screwed no matter what, because it seems like they have a lot of people in the industry in their back pockets, utilizing your celebrity and your connections. And that seems like their goal. Now, he showed up as the 10 of Cups, which tells me that he's actually happy about this. I'm confused, so I need a clarification. They expected this. What? Okay, you can't see that. Let me move this. They expected this. Let me fix this so you guys can properly see what I'm seeing. So the 7 of Cups is reversed, which is about dealing with a dose of realism, right? So it's okay, we are making this decision. They're making this decision. We have to move accordingly. But that's also playing into your hands. The Moon is reversed, which is a revealing of a secret, and revealing of a truth. And the Queen of Wands is upright here. So the Queen of Wands is about action. Wait, is that Taylor Swift? Remember they got information from Taylor Swift? We saw that in one of the past readings. I'm wondering if they have something up their sleeve from that information that connects dots. And I'm wondering if getting this dismissed somehow rules in their favor. There's something about this that's I'm playing chess and you're playing checkers. So some level of this, the 10 of Cups is like a celebration card. And it's also about friends and family. And so when the Queen of Wands is there, that's why I'm is it what the information Taylor Swift's team and Taylor Swift gave? I don't know. But all I can tell you is the 10 of Cups and the Queen of Wands tells me that there's some level of gotcha involved here. I'm wondering if in order for her to get his case dismissed, she had to drop something or admit something. And that might be their golden ticket. Because there's some sort of argument I see them making that she is changing a lot of her claims and there's inconsistencies. And the moon is reversed, which tells me they have a piece of evidence that's a smoking gun against her when it comes to a timeline or some saying that somebody said something that they didn't say. They feel like they can prove in the court of law that Blake Lively is a pathological liar. And whatever just happened is further evidence to back that up. When I tell you this trial is going to be messy, it's going to be very difficult for Blake to be able to prove a lot of the things that she's saying, because what they're going to do is they're going to be looking at how many times she said something that wasn't true. And they're going to be like, well, if you keep lying about these random things, why are we going to blatantly believe this or that? And I also see them utilizing the information that they got, not only from Taylor, but it looks like other people. And they're going to establish a pattern of her utilizing her friends in the industry to help her. So when she brings a witness to the stand, or she brings someone's testimony, or she says so-and-so has seen it before, so-and-so has witnessed this, Baldoni's people are banking on the fact that they can be like, well, didn't she help you with this project? Didn't she help you with this project? And they're establishing the fact that her and Ryan consistently, because they're going to bring Ryan into this if they can. They're going to try to at least. But they're going to try and prove like consistently, like, you keep helping other people and then they scratch your back. It's you scratch their back, they scratch theirs. And what their goal here is to showcase the fact that like they're trying to sow doubt in not only her testimonies, but other people's, because it's like, well, you do favors for people and then you ask them to do things for you. And so what's the difference here? How do we know they're telling the truth? They're casting doubt. Their goal isn't to win this case. Baldoni's goal is not to win this case, although they think they can. Their goal is to sow doubt in the minds of the people. I'm actually very impressed at this direction. I don't know if it'll work. It has a high likely chance of working, but their goal is to get the public to hate. Their goal is not to, okay, let me reword this. It's not to get the public to hate Blake Lively. I feel like that's already done. Their goal is to get the public to see this as us against them, meaning eat the rich. Their goal is to paint Baldoni as one of us and Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds as the elite. That is their goal. And their goal is to be like, look, they can move mountains, they can move things, they can rearrange things. They have so much money and power that they're able to convince people to do things. And this is what they do. They could call in favors. Their goal is to do that. And I think it's really smart. And I think it has a high likely chance of succeeding, because the outcome of the case is not going to matter as much as the public perception. And Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, no matter how much they try with this star reverse, the three of swords, a heartbreak, the Hierophant is a commitment in a marriage, and the Eight of Cups walking away. I've told you there is trouble in paradise in their relationship. And I mean, that's like a divorce. So for me, there's definitely been issues in their relationship. I think that they may have wanted to divorce each other previously. There has been bumps in their road. And I'm telling you right now, their skeletons are big. Okay. And I really do think that this case, like I said before, I don't care if Blake wins. It's going to ruin her life. Like, I'm telling you, this is what I see. It's going to ruin her life as she knows it, because this is just not the battle that is worth winning. And even if you win, you're going to feel like it wasn't worth it. And it's kind of ironic because she was best friends with Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift had to learn the same lesson. Like, it's not going to be worth it. It's just not. Because it's just not. People see through Blake Lively and her team's coordinated PR. It doesn't matter if you're victorious. They see through it. And so the problem is, even if you are telling the truth, because it's so calculated, they're not going to believe it. I don't know why her team is consistently being super calculated. I don't know why her team thinks that if they can prove something, that's all that matters. That is not how humans work. Humans are emotional, okay? They want to connect with people. And it doesn't matter if you were, you know, if it doesn't matter, the public perception here, and you guys are gonna get mad at me when I say this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's proven, because the public perception is going to be whether or not they feel like someone is a good person or a bad person. And if they feel like you're a bad person, they're never gonna feel sorry for you. They're going to feel like you reap what you sow. No matter what wrong happened to you, they're going to feel like, well, I mean, you put such horrible things out into the world. You were treating people so badly. The fact that it happened to you, am I supposed to extend empathy to you? You don't extend empathy to others. So people are just not going to care. I mean, and again, you're looking at the Three of Pentacles. That's like her job. The Chariot is reversed. The Strength card of vulnerability. People are sitting there not able to put food on their table. People don't have a job. And so for them, seeing her whine and cry about being mistreated, how many people have been mistreated in their jobs and have been fired for it, and then, you know, they're seeing someone super privileged, you know, upset about being mistreated, which rightfully so, right? If you're mistreated, you should be. But how are they going to extend empathy to her? Because at the end of the day, she still has $1 million in the bank account, or millions of dollars in the bank account, and she still has all these things and all this privilege, and she still has a career. They're going to be like, so you want me to feel empathy for the most privileged white woman in one of the most privileged white women in modern times, and then at the same time you want me to struggle and not be able to put food on my table? Like again, this is the worst time ever for a lawsuit like this. This is literally the worst time ever, and she and Ryan are the worst people to do this. Like I said before, I don't think that all of her claims are incorrect, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And to be honest with you, I don't think she knows. I don't think she was telling the truth about everything either. So that's why I said, like, the truth is never going to set you free in this instance. That's just not going to happen. This is literally a PR disaster, a nightmare. And I think that her team genuinely thinks that they can control the narrative. It's weird. It's very strange. I don't understand this behavior. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why they think like, well, if I can prove in the court of law, then she'll be cleared of all charges. And I proved in a court of law. Nobody cares about the court of law. The public perception of this entire thing is an eye roll right now. That's what people are. They're eye rolling like, really? This is what you're complaining about? This is what you're complaining about? Look at the state of the world we're in. Okay, people are being, you know, ripped from their families. People are losing their jobs. People can't even pay for anything. And this is what you want us to be focused on? People are wisening up to the distractions. So I don't know why they're choosing to die on this hill. It makes no sense to me, but I think Blake is going to realize that regardless if she, you know, claims complete victory, it's not going to change anything. It's just not. And to the people that hate Justin Baldoni, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that this lawsuit is going to change anything for him either. You know, because like I said before, they're a very powerful team and they're going after him, and he and his team have made him relatable to the average person, and people love an underdog. So this actual court case is not going to matter as much as you think it is. And you can mark my words on that. I don't give a shit if Blake wins, or I don't care if he wins. It doesn't matter. Public perception is made up. Their minds are made up. They don't care anymore. They don't care. They don't. 4 of Cups is reversed. That means we don't care. The Ace of Cups is upright and the Page of Swords here, which the Ace of Cups is about loving bonds, and the Page of Swords. When I tell you the amount of people that are going to walk away from this entire debacle with the mindset of Blake Lively is in a shitty relationship, and I feel like she just wanted away. I feel like she, what's the word? How do you word this? See, I feel like she wants an escape from her relationship, and I feel like she's used to like flirting with people, and because the Ace of Cups is like an undertone of flirting, right? So there's a lot of people are gonna walk away from this and be like, your home life is not really what I would expect. And I feel like there's some undertones of flirting. I feel like there's some undertones of, you know, interest, and the King of Swords reverse, which is a feeling of rejection. And then a lot of people are going to think that Baldoni just flat out rejected her, that she was privileged, pretty, and thought that like everybody would want her, and then he rejected her. That is really a big narrative. I know some people already think that. That's going to get bigger as this case goes on. People are really going to believe that. You know, that's just what I see. Look at that Knight of Swords and the King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. That's about them being like, Because people are going to be like, okay, Justin Baldoni may have said or done something weird, but why are you assuming that he wants you so bad? Like, it's just not going to go. It's not going to go well for her. I'm telling you, you guys think I'm crazy. And like I said before, I don't think that she's flat out making everything up, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The truth does not matter in this case. And I will say this till I'm blue in the face. I don't care. And if you're going to argue in the comments about that, well, technically, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're screaming into the void because the general public does not give a flying blank about this problem. They think this is first world problems. It doesn't matter how much evidence it is. It doesn't matter what way you try to spin it. Their minds are made up. This is first world problems and they don't care. And I also think that Justin Baldoni's team are banking on the fact that Blake Lively's team is exhausting the public with all of this coordinated stuff and all these photo shoots that she's doing, because her walking out and getting pictured by people is definitely planned and staged. So they're doing things like that, and they're hoping like by the time this goes to trial, people are going to fucking roll their eyes and be like, I'm sick of this. All I do is hear about this and see this. I also think that's why they were very happy to bring Taylor Swift into this, because they're like, look, we're going to continue to exhaust people. We're going to continue. Good. We keep doing it, because by the time it goes around, people don't care anymore. It's smart and it's going to work. So this is not going to be a nail in the coffin for anybody. This is, you know what this is going to be? This is going to be, I don't care, I'm exhausted, shut up. That's what this is going to be. The smartest thing that anybody could do is to fucking drop this case and walk away. I pray that Blake does that. If she wants to value her public perception, she would walk away from this, or they would strike some sort of deal, whatever you can do legally. They need to walk away from this. I don't care if they have all the facts in their favor. It is the worst decision she could make. It doesn't matter. Because the blood is on everybody's hands. It doesn't matter. But what do I know? I'm just psychic as hell. I mean, am I going to watch this case? What is it, next year? Sure, if it continues, if they don't dismiss it. I do think there's a chance it'll be dismissed, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I do think she might wise up. But I think the general public just doesn't give a fuck. And to be honest with you, by next year, there's probably going to be way bigger fish to fry in terms of the world and what's going on. So I think people are really going to be like, girl, bye. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Join the YouTube members, link down below. Until next time, good luck. Girl, I wish I had the confidence that some of these people have.